It might take her longer to get to her seat. Once there, if she felt too poorly, she might have to leave early. She might even have to miss the last act. One never knew. But the meaning she had assigned to her symptoms was causing her to miss the whole play. She stopped pursuing. That word to me is key. She stopped pursuing, reaching after the perfect health she once had, and does what she can now to strengthen her body in simple, natural ways. Instead of seeing 4 or 5 doctors a week, she now consults her doctors only for serious problems. She has discovered that by being willing to begin without being certain of the outcome, that's possibility thinking right there. By being willing to begin without being certain of the outcome, she is often able to do a great deal more than she would have thought. Laughingly, she says that she has made a substitution in the cross-stitch pattern that hangs on the walls of her inner mind. And she says it goes like this. It used to say, life is only for the well. Now it says, anything worth doing is worth doing half-assed. Because that's a change on it, right? You said it's worth doing well. Anything worth doing is worth doing half-assed. She had to get to that understanding because she was stopping herself, because she was afraid, I'm only going to do it half-assed. So what? If she may have to leave the last act of the theater, at least she wasn't missing the whole play. It's like, wow, when I read that, it's interesting, because a lot of times we wait until we feel perfectly ready and able to go do something before we do any of it. Because we don't want to do it half-assed. I get that, we're humans, we want to do it right, we want to do it well. Sometimes we want to do it perfect, and we won't do anything until then. So of course doing half-assed, at least to me what that says is possibility thinking. What else might be possible? Don't wait, don't completely wait. Don't waste your life, don't wait for yourself to get perfect. Do what you can do today. There's a phrase that many of you have probably heard. It says, act as if. Act as if. So don't wait. Act as if you are already healthy and do what you can. We can apply that to anything, but right now we're going to just stick with health. Act as if. And then see what you can do rather than assigning the meaning that says you can't do it. It's us who assigns the meaning often. Keep ourselves open to what is possible. Lastly, I want to say a word about gratitude, because in my personal experience, gratitude is one of the fastest healing things that there is. When we are grateful, it's just a law that says, whatever I'm grateful for, when I'm putting out so much vibration of gratitude, life sends me more things to be grateful for. It's a law. It works that way. Gratitude helps us heal because it also sends endorphins through our body. Gratitude says to the cells, I'm alive, I'm alive, I'm alive. Rather than complaining and whining, sends the message to our bodies, I'm dying. Gratitude feels good. Mentally and emotionally, it feels good to be grateful. But not just that, it's doing all kinds of wonderful signals to our bodies. And it keeps bringing us more things to be grateful for. I've proven that one many times to myself. When I start to want to whine and complain about something, if I shift that over, my body feels more alive, as well as my mind and emotions. So practicing gratitude is one of the best tools. Now I have a few bullet points for those of you who like the bullet points. So Richard, if we can pull them up. These are, if we're going to make some changes, here's some bullet points for us. Number 1 is affirm your health. Affirm it. I am healthy. Affirm it. Love and accept myself. Gratitude is in there. I'm grateful for my body. I'm loving my body. I'm loving and accepting myself. Release the limitations. Let's be willing to just do it half-assed. You're going to release any limiting thoughts. Change your habits. Now, I didn't say much about that, but I will on another talk. Changing our habits, or at least being willing to change some habits. We'll do that more on another day. Think possibilities rather than impossibilities. Be grateful and think the highest and best thoughts. These are sort of the mental and emotional tools as we start to make some changes in our life for our higher good. And lastly, the very first step was the very first premise that I said. I want to come back around to that. Our consciousness. Our conscious awareness of our wholeness is the very first step. Having that awareness. In other words, believe it. Believe you're healthy. believe that you are whole. That belief begins to make it true in our lives, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically. So that you can say, as our affirmation is going to say, wholeness and health are truly yours. Consciousness first. Let's pray. Let's take a deep breath. Sometimes this subject can be a little heady. And so let's breathe right into our hearts. Breathing deep down into our hearts, let us be aware together that there is only one source. That one source is already whole, it's already perfect, it's already complete. We can call it God, we can call it the infinite life, we can call it love, we can call it the energy of all life. No matter what we call it, there is only one source, and it must be whole. It cannot be divided or broken. It is whole and perfect and complete, and it is giving of itself. It is moving itself into all form. And I behold the body of God everywhere I look, just on our planet alone. The beauty of so many things. Yes, there is God in the trees. Yes, there is God in the babies. Yes, there is God in the puppies and the kitties. Yes, there is God in the flowers. Yes, there is God in the people. Recognizing the wholeness of God showing up in all form. And this form includes me. This form includes all of us. We are all created in the image and likeness of this one source. Therefore, we are already whole and perfect and complete. And so let us align ourselves together right now with that truth, with that remembrance that we are not broken, we are whole. We are not separated from the source that created us, nor are we separate from our own good. I claim for all of us a deeper and broader awareness of the truth of this wholeness. I claim for all of us a new conscious understanding that our minds and our emotions have so much influence on our physical health. I claim for all of us that we choose to know our wholeness, that we choose to affirm our health, and that we let nothing hinder that knowing, nothing obstruct our way. I also claim for us that when we need the pill or the procedure, that we willingly open our hearts and our minds and say, yes, this is good for me. And when we ask for prayer, that we go into it with the same mindset, believing that, yes, this is good for me. All these things that I do for my health are good for me. Conscious awareness of goodness first. And so I'm knowing this for all of us. I know that we are able to expand our thinking to go to this place of wholeness. And the wholeness manifests as wellness in our bodies. I'm so grateful to know the aliveness, the wholeness, the health, and the wellness for all of us. And with gratitude, then I release this prayer into the spiritual law that knows exactly what to do. I just let go and I let God. I know it's perfect. I have faith. And so it is.
So it is.
So it is. Amen.